Bippity boppity boo. Saturday Night Live around the fire with Bear and Bear Wife, who's off camera, and Battle Dogs, as the cedar and pine campwood is ablaze, sipping upon a fine First Form Energy orange something something in a camo can that you can't see because it's camouflage and dark. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'll be your guide this evening, Bear, on the journey of national intel.
You're ridiculous.
On the eve of the winter solstice.
No, the winter solstice was the other day.
On the eve of the winter solstice.
It was the 21st. It's the 23rd.
Whatever it
2
is.
days past it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The traditional day that folks celebrate the winter solstice. When FBI Director Christopher Wray has said, "We have no credible intelligence, no specific threat, but all Americans should be afraid." Okay. Well, if you live in, Tallahassee or Houston or Rochester or Phoenix, yeah, probably.
Afraid of what?
Oh, Hamas.
Oh.
Hamas is going to attack, says Christopher Wray of the FBI. We don't know when, but probably on Jesus' birthday.
It's not his birthday.
Oh, we went there. Said the quiet part out loud. Bear Independent Brief, 23 December 23. Can you guys believe it's almost 2024? Economists have said that getting inflation all the way down to the desired 2% would become quite challenging towards the end. The last mile to price stability may be the most challenging, quote. However, recently there's been a burst of good news. Finally, in Q3, the Federal Reserve's core PCE price index showed inflation deflating to the Fed's ideal 2% annualized rate. It is believed that the loosening labor markets are helping better wage gains and good productivity work in hand. Overall, this means that the odds of a rate cut from the Fed is rising, and optimism that is always helpful for the markets. Of course, not everything is sunshine and roses. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, or PCE index, isn't looking quite as rosy yet. If food and energy are not factored into the equation, because we all know who needs to buy food, who needs energy, who cares? Eat the sun like a dirty hippie from California. Don't use energy. Energy is produced by the man. The patriarchy produces all of these electrons, and I will not participate in it. So, getting rid of the things that you don't need, like food and energy, because you can eat the sun, bro. And by the way, like, wheatgrass is a thing. Just walk out into the field and eat that damn grass. And who needs energy? I want to be an Amish hippie. So when you exclude energy and food from the PCE, personal consumption expenditure, it's looking like data should show something more like 3.4% of inflation. Still, companies, evil capitalist corporations are beginning to get better costs from the supply chain, China, and those improvements will make their way to the consumer. You, eventually. Consumer, dirty consumer. What are you, a capitalist? What do you believe in? Freedom? You want stuff? Don't you know that Uncle Klaus said, "You will own nothing and be happy"? Now, maybe that was a dog whistle saying everybody should form an LLC and a personal trust so you don't actually own anything, and therefore the Internal Revenue Service can't tax you on anything. Maybe. I don't know. Just saying. Maybe there's a dog whistle. For those that have CPA certified public accountants, something to think about. In the words of Double Odd, click the stupid like button, everybody. Yeah, do that. It helps us when we punch robots in the face here on YouTube. And of course, a recession could still happen. Ah! Prepper noises. Ah! Quick, bring me my gas mask.
Run for the hills.
Run for your life. Oh, spinning circle of death. Really? It gonna be like that tonight? You make one Iron Maiden reference, and they shut you right down. You know what I mean? One Iron Maiden reference. Run to the hills. Run for your life. And they just shut you right down. The robots shall not be named, said Jason M. Schmidt. Punch all the robots in the face. Listen, guys. If you haven't, like, once per annum, Terminator 2. Not 1, not 3, not whatever the new gay one is. Terminator 2. You should watch that once per year and just get all fired up. Because everybody needs a bunker in the desert that's got a minigun in it. As we were saying, loud prepper noises. And of course, a recession could still happen, but for now it seems that the United States is succeeding in avoiding one. With the job market still in a healthy place overall, asterisk, and consumer spending continuing to defy expectations. That's because everybody's spending on their credit cards. We'll talk about that in a minute. The economy of the country actually grew last quarter by a notable 5.2%. But what about that consumer spending? Sure, this year it has relatively dampened in comparison, but it's still more robust than previously anticipated. Unfortunately, what is a great data point for the economy often looks very different in the micro. Recent data from payments, they must be a Hebrew word, there's no vowels in it, P-Y-M-N-T-S, payments, shows that 62% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck. What about the children, though? Are the children living paycheck to paycheck as well? Probably. 62% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck, and that holiday spending is being paid for with debt. Dang old Proverbs 22:7, the rich rule over the poor, and a borrower is a slave to the lender. Hate that. In fact, according to Ally Bank, half of consumers are planning on increasing their debts to cover holiday spending, but less than a quarter actually have a plan to pay that debt off afterwards. And what does that plan look like? I'm just going to work more hours. Okay.
That's stupid.
Discipline. Don't spend money you don't have. But then my kids won't have any presents under the Christmas tree. All right, well, be honest with them. Hey, guys, shit's rough around here. You know what we do have? Beans and rice. We got some ramen. You want a gift? Go flip the light switch in your bedroom. You're welcome.
Yep.
3 months later, another 48... Oh, I'm sorry, I missed an entire thing. By August, national credit card debt hit a new record. 1 trillion doll hairs. 3 months later, another 48 billion was added to that number. To make matters worse for consumers, in the words of bank rate analyst Sarah Foster, quote, credit card financing rates have hovered at the highest levels ever recorded since last fall, meaning carrying a balance could cost a heavy price, end quote. It's true. Card APRs have shot up by almost a third over the last year and a half. It turns out that people are afraid of racking up more credit card debt. Their response is apparently to turn to buy now, pay later services as a kind of debt supplement. Data shows that this year on Cyber Monday, the use of those services shot up over 42% compared to last year's Cyber Monday. Mark Hamrick, a senior economic analyst with Bankrate, said, quote, a number of these consumers are already facing financial stretch. What else starts with ST? Stench. Already facing financial stench, which is among the reasons they're turning to these tools. In a perfect world, gift buyers would be saving all year long and purchasing primarily with cash. But that's not the world we live in. No shit. The numbers are a pretty clear indicator that more and more American families may soon find themselves caught in a debt spiral if they haven't already. I don't know why I can't read tonight. Had no alcohol whatsoever. It's this orange juice. Damn Andy Frisella and those First Form people got me all... Does this have CBD in it? Probably not. I hope not. Orange Sunrise.
Why would it have CBD in it?
He owns a CBD company as well.
Oh.
He's got his fingers in a lot of stuff. Bonus intel? You guys want to do the bonus intel? What do you guys think? Saturday night, we're just chilling. It's just you and me, the fire, the battle dogs. Sam, thank you for the $10 hairs. What's up, Nostradamus? Do you guys... What's up, Angela Purvis? Eric says, yup. Big Red said, do it. Awesome.
Do it.
All right. Well, at least 3 people of the 651 that are here want to do it, so I guess we'll do it. Majority wins, right? We're in a democracy, after all. Let's see. Bonus intel. We have a lot of bonus intel. this time around. It's formatted kind of weird, so I might fall all over my words again. Bonus intelligence sent in by y'all. BearIndependent.com. Intel at BearIndependent.com. Bear, what's the email address? Intel at BearIndependent.com.
Is that with an I or an E?
Independent?
No. Intel.
Intel. Shit. Learn to spell, people. And please, dear God, what's up, Brother Gas? I want you guys, Curtis Wilson, bless you. Thank you so much. $100 super chat. That's tremendous. I want you guys to send us your intel. Well, I don't want you to send me your intel if you did it via talk to text. Please, 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 no talk to text. I have outlawed talk to text in our professional organizations for any official communication. It's not allowed. Now, bonus intel, 23 December 23. I'm not sure this qualifies as intel, but I thought I would let you know about a conversation I had with my OB. That's an OBGYN. That's a baby doc. I live in a female lady parts doctor. I live in central New Jersey. Dude, that should be scared prepper noises. Go. Run to the hills. GTFO. I had my annual appointment, which I had to schedule in July, 6 months ahead before they actually had an opening. Seems there's a regulation about having a chaperone in the room for the exam. We have to chaperone lady part exams now? That's, how many creepers are in this place?
Well, like for it or against it?
There's a regulation about having a chaperone in the room.
Well, that's so that if you have a male doc, they can't fondle your JJ.
Maybe. I mean, I chaperone your OB appointments.
Right.
You also have a lady doc. But, lesbians are a real thing.
They are too.
Yeah. Also, so are hollow points. So it's a thing. However, she only had one nurse in the office who was busy drawing blood from another patient. So the doc said I could waive my chaperone, which I did. No problem. Since I've never had one nor even heard of it before. The other choice was to wait for the nurse. I figured the nurse had better things to do. I only mention all of that because it led to chatting with the doc about the OB shortage here in New Jersey. She told me they just hired another doctor for their practice, but it took them 4 years to find someone. She said the medical schools are not filling up. They cannot get students to specialize in OB due to low reimbursements from insurance and very high malpractice costs. She said it is coming to the point where there will be a doctor there just to supervise, and patients will need to see PAs only, physician's assistants. Personally, I love PAs and have only had good experiences when I've seen one. I am definitely not knocking them, just saying what the doctor told me. I have only been going to this place. I went today for 2 years after the doctor I was seeing before this suddenly closed her practice 2 years ago, and I had only found that first doctor because I was a patient at a medical group she was a part of until the practice closed about 10 years ago. All these docs now work at the hospital. Seems like we are really going to be more and more responsible for our own health. I think maybe that is a good thing, but will be a rough transition for some. Get your refuge medical birthing buckets now, people. And she said that, not me. I'm assuming it's a she. It could have been a birthing person, because this is New Jersey we're talking about. But I'm assuming, as a member of the Bear Nation, this is an actual biological female. And she, asterisk, I don't know, assuming, she said, get your refuge medical birthing buckets now, which I believe are in stock. I don't know.
So.
Should we check? Let's check the website. I've got Iron Maiden stuck in my head. They are. The birthing and the postpartum buckets are in stock. $100 or $139 on sale. Also,
we need to get a postpartum bucket.
We need to get a postpartum. What, you got a baby coming or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need one of them.
I probably know a guy. I could probably get a postpartum bucket.
Swing it? Okay.
I could probably make a couple phone calls, make that happen. Yeah. Also, HSA for a lot of y'all is fixing to run out in like 7 days. So
Spend that money.
Spend that money. It's use it or lose it with HSA. And everything in the store, as long as it's medical, is HSA eligible. Like, you can't buy Pastor Joe's book, Survivalist Family, Prepared Americans for a Strong America, with your HSA or your FSA. You could buy it with your cash or with your credit card or debit card, but you can't spend HSA on that. But anything medical related, you can.
Besides training.
Besides training. And that is a... we've been fighting that fight with the insurance companies for 2 years. I would love to be able to take down the Globo Corp on that, but probably not going to happen.
Right.
So, what's up, Lamppost? Next, 2 of my local banks have just been limited the automatic teller withdrawals (ATM) to $100 a day. Tech Federal Credit Union and St. Lear Bank in Northwest Indiana until further notice. According to the teller, quote, "We expect it to go back up. We don't know when, though. Soon, we hope," end quote. So there you go. If you live in Northwest Indiana, have some cash on hand. What's up, Palmetto? Shalom, bro. Next, I'm writing to give you an update on some recent events in the state of Rhode Island. Run away. Run away. Run away. Rhode Island, I have tarps that are larger than the state of Rhode Island. GTFO. This past Monday, the state DOT shut down the entire westbound side of Route 195 during afternoon rush hour due to structural deficiencies found during a routine bridge inspection of the Washington Bridge earlier that day. This is the main connector between southeastern Massachusetts and eastern Rhode Island to the city of Providence, Rhode Island, and points beyond. I worked for a company out of Providence one time. I don't work for that company anymore. Freedom Frontier, I live in Rhode Island, ha ha. Joke's on you, buddy. Haven't you seen the predictive programming come out? What are you going to do when the Obamas nuke New York City and you don't have your last episode of Friends to watch? This led to an absolute logistical nightmare, as there is only one other small bridge in that area that crosses the Providence River, and it clogged up with traffic in under an hour. The traffic backed up so bad the next day when over 90,000 commuters tried alternate routes through surrounding towns that students in some areas were stuck on buses for over 3 hours because of a total gridlock. Probably a lot of probably a lot of pantaloons that need to be changed when those kiddos got off the bus.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, I can when I'm operating, but I don't routinely hold my piss for 3 hours, let alone a small
you
kid.
Would explode.
I would be pissing in the back of the bus is what I would be doing.
Out the window.
Out the window.
To the window.
That's right. To the walls. Till the sweat dropped down my... Oh, gosh. Let's see. Schools have now switched over to remote learning due to the situation. On top of that, imagine this. EMS is having major issues transporting patients from the east to the major Providence hospitals in a timely manner. It's fine. The government will save me. DOT is estimating it will take 3 months to repair the Washington Bridge. But as someone who works in the construction industry, I've seen pictures of the bridge damage, and I can't see how they can fix that bridge in that short amount of time. It is also my personal and professional opinion, based on photos shown, that these structural issues have existed for quite some time and were ignored until a new engineer that just got hired saw them and blew the whistle. You talk about the fragility of the system all the time, and this is a perfect example of that. 100%. If you cannot stay home for an extended period of time, you are playing at preparedness. Okay? It also illustrates area familiarity. How do I get around in this place? And also routes and alternate routes to and from your primary residence and your place of work and your children's schools and your bug out locations, which, if you live in Rhode Island and can hear my voice right now, you had better have a bug out location. Because, again, I own tarps larger than the state of Rhode Island. There is some banging Italian food in Providence, though. Not going to lie. Great little bar scene. At least there was 20 years ago when I was there.
You and your carbs.
Yeah, me and my carbs, bro. There's probably a bunch of heroin there now. Heroin was really bad in Massachusetts.
Probably fentanyl now.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably fentanyl now. I don't know. They're all a bunch of liberals. Who knows? Let's see. Dooby-dooby-doo. If one side of a highway being shut down causes this much chaos, imagine how bad it would be in an actual SHTF type scenario. Yup. My fiance and I have been working towards strategic relocation for some time now and are finally ready financially. Praise Yah, GTFO. Now we are just waiting for the Father to lead us to the right piece of land. You might want to like stepping stone it. Yeah. You might like put all your shit in a shipping container or in a storage facility, get you a little tow behind trailer, and get out. We're not all liberals. Pilgrim, I know. Pilgrim, listen here, Pilgrim. First of all, take everything I say tongue-in-cheek, grain of salt. Second of all, I know you're not all liberals. I'm from upstate New York. Many people don't know that. I'm from upstate New York. And there's still to this day lots of good people in upstate New York, even though downstate is an absolute shit show. Also, there's too many liberals to make that place a permissive environment for patriots. Okay?
Yep.
So if you a patriot, if you are a freedom-loving American, the coasts, by and large, especially the Northeast coast and the West coast, they're done for, bro. They've been done for a few decades. Quillen, Teleshevik, Western New Yorker. GTFO, bro. Get out. But the Finger Lakes, they're so beautiful in the fall when the maple leaves change. Okay, cool. Didn't New York just pass a law that if they want to round you up and put you in quarantine in a confinement camp, they can? No questions asked? It's way harder to deal with tyranny with 10-round magazines. Just saying. Let's see. Next, thanks for taking the time to read this email, and I'd like to wish blessings upon you and your family as well as the rest of Bear Nation. Aloha from God's country. I'm a 14-year fire and EMS veteran on Hawaii Island, a.k.a. the Big Island. Recently, the mayor of Hawaii spoke at the UN Sustainable Goals Summit in New York. He probably took a jet to get there, didn't he? Did he paddle a kayak? I'm just curious. What's his carbon footprint?
Through the Panama Canal? All the way around?
Yeah, through the Panama Canal. It's fine. He left last January. He just got there. As reported in the national news, Hawaii Island's electrical grid and municipal water sources had been infiltrated by China. Yep. Let me give you guys another little tidbit. The whole country's electrical grid and municipal water systems have been infected by China. Also, the municipal water system doesn't work without the electrical grid. Okay. Guys, Saturday night, I had a great day. I had a beautiful Shabbat. It was wonderful. Spent time with my family, spent time with friends, got to witness to some new people. It was wonderful. And I don't want you guys to get all spun up. I don't. There's plenty of other channels that are going to spin you up. I want you guys to live a good life, and I hope that you never have to use anything related to your preparedness. Also, the book of Proverbs says, "The prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself." AKA, if a train is coming down the tracks, get off the tracks.
Right. You see it coming.
And gosh dang, I've been seeing it come for years, and I would love to be wrong about all of this. Because I have children. I have another child in my wife's belly right now. Praise Yah. I have children. I have people that I love. I have things that I'm responsible for. I have work to do for the Father. That doesn't mean that just because I want everything to remain normal, doesn't mean it's going to. And also, how does one define normal? Military-industrial complex? Probably not normal. Chemical, biological, pharmacological complex? Probably not normal. Having a bunch of satanic pedophiles in charge of the greatest country on the face of the earth? Probably not normal. Indoctrination through the education system from the lowest levels to the highest levels? Probably not normal. Food that's not food? bioengineered, genetically modified, sprayed with petrochemicals. Probably
Bugs.
not normal. Yeah. Bugs. You will eat the bugs. Not normal. Biologically altered, tainted insects and ticks being dropped from helicopters and planes in rural areas to make people sick. Not normal. Not normal. The fact that the Father hasn't destroyed this country already is a mercy. That's a mercy. And so, yeah, Hawaii's Big Island, the electrical and municipal water systems are infected by China. Yep. So are they everywhere else. It's not just China. And you're right, along with farmland. 38% of U.S. farmland owned by the Chinese. Oh, but Arkansas just passed a law that says they can't do that anymore. That's great. It's one state. One state in the union. Guys, Pastor Joe talks about this all the time. You got to have two plans. One is I live till I'm 97 years old and bounce my great-great-grandkids on my knee. Full-term, normal life plan. And the other is this whole thing goes to shit about that fast. And I need to be able to improvise, adapt, overcome. I need to be able to react to contact. I need to have a plan for this external stimulus so that I can continue in my mission as a man of Elohim to protect, provide for, and bless my family. Okay? Back to our brother from the Big Island. 2 days ago, the Coast Guard shut down both of Hawaii Island's inter-island shipping ports, which is run by Young Brothers Hawaii for fire hazard-related issues. The Coast Guard also attempted to shut down both Matson ports as well, one on the east side of the island and the other on the west side. Matson handles the international shipments, i.e. fossil fuels, and all the big box inventory from the U.S. mainland and abroad. A fire marshal from my local fire department averted the closure of the Matson port, but Young Brothers inter-island port remains closed, meaning stuff isn't getting from the Big Island to the Little Islands. The Coast Guard returned the following day with the intent to close the Matson ports, the international ports, with more accusations of safety shortcomings, according to the head of Matson on Hawaii Island. Again, our hazmat unit, along with our fire prevention units, were called and able to negate the Coast Guard's reasoning for closure. Apparently, the representative from the Coast Guard was heard saying they have orders and they will be back. This is straight from the horse's mouth intel. Something very fishy is taking place here. Hawaii, guys. Pearl Harbor, that shit sucked. Remember a few years ago, was it 2018, maybe 2020, the dude accidentally hit the button for incoming nuclear missiles instead of don't freak out, it's just a test. Remember that? And then remember the Lahaina wildfires, air quote, that somehow didn't affect anything that was painted the color blue. Yeah, remember that? What is going on out there? And here's the thing, like, again, so we hear about these things that happen in Hawaii. We hear about, their grid and their municipal water systems have been co-opted by the Chinese. So we hear about that and we go, man, shit in Hawaii is crazy. Shit in everywhere is crazy. You know what we haven't heard a whole lot about? Attacks on critical infrastructure here in the United States lately. Azure Standards warehouse burning down and all these granaries burning down and milk processing plants burning down. Remember all that? Yeah, that was like less than a year ago. It's fine. My God will take care of me. Yep. Prepping is biblical, by the way. Prepping is very biblical, by the way. Let's see. Just reaching out to put some people's minds at ease about the Bradleys. We reported on the Bradleys earlier in the week. They're most likely due to the new Bradleys being given to active duty units. I'm in one of those at formerly Fort Hood, now Fort Cavazos, Texas. The Brads they're seeing most likely are headed to their local guard units. This whole process has been a pain. Plus, it's forced our entire division to be undeployable due to a lack of equipment. That's a good nugget. Undeployable due to a lack of equipment. They can't go fight because they don't have any equipment. Let's see. We have given away the old before we received the new. If you ever run short of places to give Bradleys away, admin@bearindependent.com. Just saying. I got businesses, I got 501c3s, whatever paperwork I got to do, it's fine. Give them to Grindstone because Grindstone has national latitude and we need them for disaster relief, like 100%. Grindstone needs some Bradleys.
Bradley?
Infantry fighting vehicle,
Oh.
like a small tank is how most people would imagine it. We definitely need some of those because after tornadoes and hurricanes, I mean, we've been places, Dulac, Louisiana, after the tornado down there, people were getting shot over gas cans. So we need some Bradleys to maintain the peace, Let's see. Now we may possibly be dissolved, even though we were part of a new air cab division. No one seems to know the why. I've complained enough. Hope all is well. It was a pleasure seeing you at Whiskey with Bear. Oh, what's up, bro? I remember you. I'm almost out 6 months and 18 days. Then I'll be a welder. God bless y'all. Well, God bless you too, bro. Storm chaser vehicles and Bradleys. Yeah, why not? Why not? They're good on the asphalt. Spoke to a cargo airline president I knew since he was a new supervisor. He affirmed 2024 would be very difficult, but should improve in 2025. Our aircraft are flying, if lucky, half full at this time. Volume is way down. I see it every day. Next, currently at the southern border in PHARR, and the PHARR, and the outlook of freight is not good. Q4 is profit and is turning out to be break even. Forecasts from our partners are slow until Q3 2025 on the latest projections. I'm at a major international freight company, assets-backed brokerage trucks, ships, and airplanes. Oddly, here and everywhere I go, I see new logistics infrastructure going up. Texas, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Ohio, Alabama, Georgia near Atlanta is ridiculous. Phoenix, I literally lost count at 41 in Louisville. Totally automated check-in, deliver, reloader, and checkout via a picture of CDL and a printer-given bill of lading. Next. Webinar with Patrick Bet David today was 12/15/23 when the intel came in. Incredibly helpful and highly recommended. It can be viewed as an inter-office meeting. I'll be attending again next year. Great networking opportunity. It was mentioned the big boys are nervous at freight rates and volumes. I overheard an average of 150, and I overheard. Again, guys, talk to text. Come on. I average 150,000 miles a year, and I don't see more than 3 out of 10 that speak English. Typically, that's new. It's been this way for 7 years. Next, I work as a fire marshal in a mid-sized town in Delmarva region. That's Delaware, Maryland, Virginia area. Also, politely, GTFO. Our municipal government offers great pay and benefits compared to other agencies around here, but for some reason we've had a difficult time hiring anyone recently. There's nobody in the pipeline. The city in general has had a record number of job postings in the last year, and my department itself has been gutted. When I started here a decade ago out of college, it was a very stable place with little openings and employees that were in it for the long haul. Now myself and another guy are the last in the original generation, and everyone else comes and goes. Seems to me there's not a lot of people that know what they're doing when they come in. And if they do, the government dysfunction drives them away. Either way, with service inconsistent, be aware that not every system, like sprinklers and alarms, are in tip-top shape. So we're in the country, and we're not in the Delmarva region, but we also run into this. There's 10 ambulances in the county. 5 to 7 of them are down at any one time due to a lack of parts for maintenance and a lack of ambition in eastern Oklahoma. If you're a mechanic and you need to strategically relocate and you're not a piece of shit, Eastern Oklahoma is a great place to start a business. So approximately 3 of the 10 or 30% of the ambulances are up at any one time. And our guys have literally responded to car wrecks first. And when the EMTs show up, EMT asterisks, they don't know what they're doing. They ask our guys what to do. What do we do next? What do you mean? You showed up in a freaking ambulance and you're asking my guys what to do? And they're young, bro. They're young. Like they don't, oh my gosh. And so there's a reason why my truck is a cross between an ambulance and a gun truck. Sheriff's Department, great guys. I love them. There's not enough of them to patrol the entire county. There's just not. There's definitely not enough local cops. The town nearest to me has their entire police department is 3 officers. The entire department is 3 officers. Okay? So there's a reason my truck is a combination gun truck and ambulance. I have stomp bags and backboards and quick litters and EMT bags and boo-boo kits and blowout kits in my truck because we use them. They are there for a reason. And as this infrastructure continues to get more and more fragile, we have to be more and more ready to take matters into our own hands. Next, my brother-in-law is a heavy truck haul driver. The company he works for got the contract to move 180 tracked vehicles from different types from the railroad at Fort Hood to the motor pool for repair. He said they're using cranes and other tracked vehicles to move the equipment on and off the trailers. We don't know where these are coming from. We just talked about that, but it would explain some of the reports we've seen of military equipment being transported on trains. My thoughts are this is the military trying to get as much equipment back up and running as possible. We shall see, huh? Next, Maine experienced a massive storm with heavy rains and damaging winds yesterday, a couple days ago now. Half the state is without power. These are my quick lessons I learned from my needs versus my preps. The empty gas cans I meant to fill, I should have. Yup, transpo, it's huge. By the way, if you live rurally, out in the country, if you're anywhere near where people are growing food, that's good in of itself. But if you're anywhere near where people are growing food, there's probably a fuel delivery service in your area. And they will drop off a tank to you. And in our area, 1,000-gallon tank, you have to rent it. It costs almost $8 per month to rent it. I know, it's exorbitant. It's almost $8 a month to rent the 1,000-gallon fuel tank. And then they will come out and fill your fuel tank. You want 91 octane, no ethanol? No problem. You want off-road diesel? No problem. Whatever. What's up, 12C? They'll come fill your tank. No questions asked. And then you have 1,000 gallons of fuel. Worth looking into, my Bear Nation people. Next, the stored water I had that was sufficient, it wasn't, especially with 3 other people sheltering at my place besides my family. I heard a guy on the internet say one time, minimum of 3 gallons per person per day. Now, he probably doesn't know what the hell he's talking about because, apparently you only have any prepper cred whatsoever if you served in the military. And Bear never served in the military, so he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, I'm 100% full of shit when it comes to preparedness. I've only been doing this since Hurricane Katrina, which I think was, 2006? So 17 years of experience. Deployed Grindstone Ministries 41 times. 2 hurricanes and tornadoes where you might not know this. The power doesn't work, so the water doesn't work, so we have to bring our own water. So I might have a little bit, just a modicum, a touch of experience. What's up, Patriot Plumber? Might have a touch of experience when it comes to water and water storage and water consumption. Minimum of 3 gallons per person per day. Generator issue. So I dragged out my backup. The cord requirements were different. By the way, to the person who wrote this, this is not me pissing in your Cheerios. I appreciate the write-up. And this way we can all learn from this. 100%. So you should have adapters, right? And I'm sure you've already gotten adapters. But interoperability of your equipment, super important. Stores that were open, but cash only. I had that covered, thankfully. How many times have I said you guys should have cash on hand? It will work in most situations for a short period of time.
Yep.
You should. It was crazy when I found out that the word shalom is the Islamic religion. It's not. It's not. It's Hebrew. It predates. Oh my gosh. Why do I read the friggin' comments?
Don't read the comments. Just keep going.
Shalom predates Islam. Islam comes from Ishmael. Ishmael was the son of Abraham, but not the chosen son. Isaac was the chosen son. It doesn't. It's similar. Arabic, Aramaic, Aramaean. Yeah, it's a thing. No. Shalom is Hebrew. It's not Islamic. I'm not a Muslim. I believe in Messiah. Okay?
Go back to
Gosh. Google. I drive a sales route, and I like to start with a full tank of fuel and then fill up again at the end of my day. That almost bit me since town after town had no gas stations with power. I found one again, thankfully. Yep, 100%. I keep fuel on my truck. My truck has a 30-gallon gas tank. I like to keep a minimum of 3 5-gallon cans on it. And if we're going into a tornado or a hurricane, I bring way more than that. And I have a 50-gallon diesel transfer tank. I like to keep them topped off for reasons. I need to carry a small folding saw in my vehicle or my bag. Limbs down everywhere. Yep. EDC a chainsaw. 2 currently. 362 with a 20-inch bar and a 500i with a 28-inch bar. Both running full chisel. The need of a paper map was reinforced as well. Coworker got rerouted 4 times but couldn't get a good GPS signal to work his way home. Because GPS it's not on your cell phone, isn't using global positioning satellites. It's triangulating off of cell towers. And if the cell towers don't have power, then it won't work. To which people will say, but Bear, don't you know that cell phone towers have backup generators and battery banks? To which I would say, don't you know I used to build those things? Yeah, I'm fully aware. Don't you know they have a runtime of 8 to 12 hours, not days, if the tank was refilled recently, which many times it hasn't been because of, I don't know, the whole collapse of American infrastructure and the hiring shortage. Or if in many of these, they're supposed to have battery backups and the charge controllers and inverters are there, but the batteries aren't. You know why? Because batteries are expensive and have a long lead time. Yeah. So it doesn't work. I don't think people are understanding our bah humbug cult. Hey, this is America. People have the right to worship however they see fit. As for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh or Elohim. Because we're Muslim, clearly. Let's see. The gas station today that have power are swamped with people buying gas and food because people didn't have any on hand. Yep, that'll happen. Let's see. I'm a subscriber from Italy. My wife works for a manufacturing firm that imports many of its raw materials and basic components from China and other Asian countries. Today, the main shipping company used by the firm to import goods wrote my wife's office announcing that effective immediately, they are suspending all transits of their ships through the Suez Canal due to the attacks on cargoes by the Houthis in Yemen. By the way, did you hear that apparently Congress, there was a report from the IC, the intelligence community, that trickled into Congress in 2018, clearly detailing how the Yemeni Houthi rebels, because we can't call them terrorists, so they must be rebels, have been getting all of their drones from North Korea. But now that's been declassified, and now we can talk about it, even though we've known this for 5 years, which makes me think Not that we will, but that it's possible that the administration wants to build up anti-North Korean sentiment, which is why we've seen this reporting on Rocket Man launching more bottle rockets into the sky here lately as well. So just something to be aware of. It caught my interest briefly, momentarily. So just if you see an increase in anti-North Korean rhetoric in the next days or weeks, potential buildup towards conflict. Maybe. We'll see. North Korea has intercontinental ballistic missiles that can hit anywhere in the United States. Okay. All right, they're bombing eastern Oklahoma? I mean, don't get me wrong, their aim could be terrible. It's possible. It's possible. But, like, you have to get off base pretty bad when they're like, launch the rockets at L.A. and New York and Dallas, and one of them accidentally hits eastern Oklahoma. It's possible. Mm-hmm. Not likely, but it is possible. What's up, Poor? What's up, Spartan O Negative? 35 years in Wisconsin, my first winter. 51 degrees today and no snow. Dude, it was 60 degrees here today.
64.
64 degrees. It was beautiful today. Absolutely gorgeous Shabbat. You know Shabbat, it's the day of rest for Muslims. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Houthis in Yemen. All ships are going to be rerouted south around Africa, which is fine. Africa's a tiny little landmass. It's no big deal. It's yeah.
It won't take long.
What's an extra 9,000 kilometers? Who cares? And will enter the Mediterranean Sea through the Gibraltar Strait. This will result in a 15 to 20 day increase in shipping times and a 200% increase in shipping fees. No biggie. Just soak it up, man. The shipping cost increase will completely blow the profit margin of my wife's firm, so they're trying to find an alternative shipping method, or they will be forced to significantly increase the final cost of their products. I totally get it. You know what you should do? You should run a medical company during COVID, and then the Ukraine war, and then the war between Israel and Hamas, while the Defense Logistics Agency is buying 4x of everything, 4 times what they need for every service member in all of the branches. And then listen to people bitch about how expensive your stuff is. I can get it for $49 from Recon Medical. Okay. All right. Best of luck. My wife thought about the possibility of shipping by train from China to Eastern Europe, Belt and Road Initiative, anyone, but the shipping company manager told her that everybody else had the same idea and that shipping slots on cargo trains were selling out as fast as they spoke, with a consequent increase in costs. Besides, they went on, shipping by train is not as reliable as it used to be, as one of the main railway routes used to transport cargo from China to Europe passes through Ukraine.
Well, there's all them derailments.
There's all them derailments, too. You're right. You're right. Oh, no. Violent beast. As you can see, Europe is being increasingly cut out from global trade. Will this spell the end of globalization? Well, maybe. If you listen to Peter Zehan at all, then you might be of the opinion that due to demography, globalization we're at the end of globalization anyway. And that Europe is forecasted to essentially die within the next decade, as is China, and that really the only places as is Russia, really the only places on planet Earth that have enough of a demographic to sustain any type of growth is North America, South America, possibly Africa, and possibly parts of Southeast Asia. So we'll see. Which might be part of the reason why we're seeing so much upheaval in Africa lately. 38 different military coups in the Sahel region in 2023 alone. Yeah. 27 different militaries on the continent of Africa. Yeah. Yeah. And India, of course, is trying to make a bid to be the world's factory, but and they've got 1.4 billion people, for the first time ever surpassed China in total population. But what they don't have is sunk costs of infrastructure, and they don't have the capitalization, and they also have a relatively low-skilled workforce. What's up, Brandon Schmidt? So, we'll see. We'll see if India can pull it off. There'll be jingle trucks everywhere. There's going to be the international cabal of jingle trucks just driving around, little hula girls on the dash and bells and glitter and disco balls. Buddha bellies, that's correct. I live in Northeast Ohio, and this past Monday, December 18th, a bomb threat was, I said, I'm reading the news, YouTube algorithm. A BOMB threat was called in against a local synagogue. The authorities stated that the threat was not credible. However, I believe this is still an indicator for my area. In addition, friends and family have been seeing an increase of young Middle Eastern men congregating in high traffic areas of various stores with no items or shopping carts. They said they weren't talking with one another, just looking around at the store. After asking for more details, I told them it sounds like they were doing recon and advised them to avoid the stores that they've witnessed these men in and to start carrying if they aren't already. Possible. If it's a recon, and it very well might be, it's a bad one. You don't want to get blown on the recon. You're going to go call in or plant a BOMB at Target. Go buy some shower curtains and a candle and I don't know what all the other gay shit that Target sells, right? Look like a normal person. And that goes for all the rest of y'all. Everybody who's, their SHTF plan is to get into and win as many gunfights as possible post-apocalypse. You might consider trying to look normal and act normal. Mm-hmm. Part of that is it's a little thing called ROEs, rules of engagement. If you're walking around with an AK or an AR-15 or AR-10, and I like the FNFAL, M1 Garand, but who cares? If you're walking around with a battle rifle, likely that somebody ventilates you from a great distance before you walk up onto their front porch. Okay? Like, simple as that. ROEs are a thing. He's a combatant. How do we know? He's holding a rifle. Smoke him. Something to think about. Let's see. Next, what you are seeing on the news is true. There are many new gun owners within the Jewish community. Additionally, more Jewish people are at training at all levels, beginners through expert, CCW, tactical, etc. Instructors are booked solid and very, very busy. Prime combat training. If you're a Jew or if you're a human who's not a scumbag and needs training, my brother Imri at Prime Combat Training. He has a YouTube channel, Patreon channel, Instagram page. I bet he's on Facebook. I don't know. But that brother all the way knows his shit. He was in the IDF. He's a solid brother. He works with Carl from Tactical Rifleman, who also knows his shit. So go check them out. The Orion Group, go check them out. Ray Tom, go check them out. Refuge Training has dates coming up in May. I think the 5th is sold out, but there's still some dates, slots available for the 6th of 2024. There are good trainers out there. Go to Tactical Response. Go to Tactical Mecca, Camden, Tennessee. Go take a class with Joey at Tactical Response, and when you're done, swing by and see John and Amanda from SOE Tactical and get you a micro AK rig and a duffel bag. Like, there's people out there. There's people to train with. And so if you're trying to train right now and you can't find somebody to train with, that's a whole list of people right there that are worth spending your time and money on. Let's see. I personally know a couple in their 70s who have put in their applications for CCW in New York State. Yeah, so here's the funny thing about CCW. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's right there. It's right there in the founding documents, so you don't need to worry about it. And in the meanwhile, have purchased and will begin training with a shotgun. Cool. Couple in their 70s, hopefully Mossberg 500 youth model, 20 gauge. 18.5-inch smoothbore with 20-inch vent rib barrel. Yeah. You ever seen one of those anywhere?
What?
Mossberg 20-gauge youth model? Yep. Oh, you have?
Yep.
What, we got some of them or something? Maybe? Oh, that's a good answer.
For us to know.
I don't talk to feds. I don't talk to feds. Let's see. The people have woken up to the anti-Semitism and are doing what they can to ensure never again. Second, Regarding the situation on the college campuses, many Jewish high schools are reevaluating their programs and relationships with secular colleges in light of the blatant anti-Semitism that has been fostered and protected on college campuses. Jewish parents and students are doing so as well. There are many who, by the way, I appreciate your ability to write. Thank you. I'm guessing you probably used a device with a keyboard, and I appreciate it. There are many who are only considering the Jewish colleges, Yeshiva University, Stern, and Touro, and remote study programs. Many Jewish parents are also advising their children that college is not necessarily the path for everyone. I've been promoting this idea for a while, and recently more parents I talked to are agreeing with me. This is not my personal intelligence. I have also read articles that certain Christian colleges have been very welcoming to Jewish students who need to transfer from their current schools. And that is the brief and national intel for Saturday after sundown, 23 December 23, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. Amen. I gotta pee. You guys get so pissy when I pee. Bear, it's a waste of our time. It's disrespectful. Oh, well. Oh, you're welcome, Broadhead. We might, you guys want to do, we're here. You want to do some quick Q&A? What do you guys think?
Super quick.
Super quick? Gary Bromelin, what's up, bro? Shalom. Time is it? 7:44. It's past our bedtimes.
We ain't that old yet.
Somebody said, nah.
Nah, they don't.
No, they don't want to do Q&A.
questions.
GTFO, bro. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I'm going to go piss. I'll be right back. You want some more fire on the fire?
You could probably put a log or two on.
A log or two. Run to the hills.
Run. Run away. Make sure they can't see you peeing.
Who cares?
I care.
Okay.
We don't need no Wayne Dangers on the video.
Only bears.
Only bears?
Only bears.
That's like the OnlyFans page for bears?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a new Patreon tier.
No.
Looks like it's about to be new moon. Or full moon, rather.
Yeah. Or it just was as. I don't know. Hurry up.
Tell me to hurry up.
Yeah, I told you to hurry up.
Why?
Cuz.
Because why?
Cuz.
You're going to give these people flashbacks to Responder 3.
You put it on the wrong way.
I do what I want. Besides, you got a pokey stick that you're trying to trip me with. Thank you so much. Oh. Very kind of you. Do.
How many people left?
How many people are left or did leave?
Did leave.
About 100.
Because you peed.
What's a good supplement to take to get rid of metal toxins? I have no idea. Do you know?
Supplement?
Drink water? Question, why does the SWAT tea tourniquet smell like vanilla extract? I don't know, but they smell delicious. I actually think they smell like creamsicles, and maybe that's just because they're orange. Makes me think of orange creamsicles. I don't know.
That is correct. It's well known in the community.
Do-do-do,
It's like a scratch and
do-do-do.
sniff.
Any other suggestions for pour-over water filtration than Berkey? What's up, Josephus? No, we have a Berkey. We have lots of extra filters, and as I understand it, Berkey's not going out of business. Is that correct?
That is very much so correct. BerkeyFilters.com, which is a outside third-party company that just got the super bee's knees URL.
Uh-huh.
They are going out of business. But Berkey itself, as a company, is not affiliated with BerkeyFilters.com, and they are still in business.
Got it. Sway said, damn it, now I need a creamsicle. Yes, you do. You need a creamsicle. Cannot survive without one. Philip Moore said, SWAT tee preferred over a cat. No. But the SWAT tee is a great piece of equipment for self-aid primary tourniquet for adults. Cat tourniquets are where it's at. Soft tee tourniquets are where it's at. The SWAT tee, stretch wrap and tuck tourniquet, is preferred methodology, or one of the preferred methodologies for juvenile patients, for children with small diameter limbs, even though the cat will work on a limb down to 1.5 inches in diameter.
Well, you need to do some wound packing.
Well, that's the other thing. The SWAT tee is phenomenal to use as a pressure bandage. You can make a splint with it. You can dress lacerations with it. It's a multitasker. 12C, what is the likelihood that R4 ever gets off the ground, even if it's only local to your neck of the woods? I might look for that fall 2024-ish. You'll find out, 12C. You'll find out. SWAT tee, good for canine. It's great for canine. In fact, it's included in our canine kits. Also, the generic version of the SWAT tee is what's called an S-mark bandage, ESMARK. S-mark bandage, and those are available at refugemedical.com, and we use them in a lot of our kits as well. Gotcha, it was mixed up with soft tee. Okay, so soft tee versus cat. It's all about form factor. The cat is more intuitive to use than the soft tee is. The cat has more uses in combat than the soft tee does. But the soft tee, cat is 19,000, or the soft tee is 11,000. So it's still got 11,000 uses during GWAT. Soft tee is a phenomenal tourniquet. It's preferred by EMTs. It's also slightly longer than the cat, so it can be used on larger diameter limbs for like large, beefy adults. And depending on the day, I EDC either a soft tee or a cat. Almost entirely, always, primarily a soft tee. But today, I don't even know if you can see it because it's dark, I have a cat tourniquet on me right there. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with either of them. So it just kind of depends. For EDC, I prefer the soft tee because of its smaller form factor. Yo, what's up, Whip? Albacino had a great question. I don't see it.
Might be way on back there.
That slishy be dope, though. Yeah, slishy's awesome. Bear, I had a slishman in my pocket at work. When I pulled it out, people asked what it was, so I got to promote it. That's awesome, Paladin. I'm looking back for comments. Hello, Bear. What do you think of the LAPD hiring non-citizens to work as police officers to patrol and enforce the law out here in California? I think California is a terrible place to live, even if the land is beautiful, even if your family's been there for 100, 200 years. It's politically non-permissive, and you need to GTFO. And if I would take that to court, honestly, like if I get arrested by an illegal immigrant that the city or the state decided to badge, no, not cool with it. When is the next Whiskey with Bear? I have no idea, but I will let you know when I do. I keep a softie in my pocket, have a cat hanging on my SOB, on my EDC, work backpack, several more in other places. What's up, Tactic Squirrel?
What are you doing? Oh. Okay. Go on.
What other questions do we have? Give bear buckets for family Christmas gifts if you love them. Yeah, we got the wound care bucket as well. What's up from guy from the Philippines? I can't pronounce that word. Siquijor Island in the Philippines? What's up from Oklahoma, bro? Starting a mag, and I got to promote the Bear Fact. My best friend was talking about it. I was thinking constantly talking about y'all. Oh, I was thinking my constant talking about y'all was falling on deaf ears until then. That's awesome. What's up, Delta?
Good job.
Have you seen your Sasquatch lately? Nope. They don't like the sound of shofars. But I bet you guys like the sound of shofars.
It's probably Muslim, too.
Oh, yeah. Shofars? They're
Yeah,
totally Muslim.
totally Muslim.
Huge in the Muslim community.
Where are you going?
Nowhere. I'm running to the hills.
I'll run to the hills.
I'm running for my life.
I don't think it's here.
Lady.
I think it's in the back of my car.
You know me.
Oh. Get it, Sam.
Come on, Sam. Good job, buddy. You love blowing your shofar. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more.
We gotta do 3.
Praise you. Good job, Sam.
Good job.
Rat's like, I don't know how to do that. Good job. You did a great job. Yeah. You want to eat a Sasquatch? Yeah, Dad. I want to eat a Sasquatch. Yeah. Yeah. Hebrew killer dog. Sam, are you a Muslim? Are you a dirty Muslim? Yeah.
He would eat one.
Are you Allahu barking when nobody's watching? You lay down facing the east?
No.
What's wrong with you? Good job. All right, that's enough. Beat feet. Okay. What? All right, that's the show for tonight. Go do the things, Bear Nation. We appreciate y'all. Links in the description to all things. Caleb House, Grindstone, Refuge Ruckus, Refuge Medical, stores open, end of the year blowout sale going on right now. Bearfax in stock. Gray Bearfax are still a percentage off. Red Bearfax are in stock. Stomp bags, $300 off. You know the drill. Patreon, all the things. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate y'all. And I'll see you when I see you. Stay safe. Stay frosty. Do the things. Shalom. Oh, nice breed. Mastiff? No. Anatolian Pyrenees mix. This dude right here, this guy right here is super agile.
He's the bee's knees.
Super agile. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah. And you don't like people, but you like me. It's because you punched me in the face when I need it, Dad. Yeah. Because you're freaking huge, and you need to know who you work for. All right. Bless y'all, Bear Nation. Shalom.